Good evening all, how are we doing? I gave my desk a wallop a second ago and things have moved. Better. And turn the lights on. Hey, well, I'll get my brain working eventually. BRB. A little bit light. Promise it's not the first time we've done this. Oh dear. Eyeball's not working properly. Come on. There we go. So, how are we all doing? Welcome, welcome. At long last, finally getting things together to actually play Mass Effect 2 via the Legendary Edition today. Been looking forward to this. I feel like my chair's off centre, but I think it might be my brain. We'll be fine. Yeah, been looking forward to this. Played through Mass Effect 1 a little over a year ago now. If you do want to catch up on that and see that playthrough, I've linked it in the description of the stream, and VOD if you're watching it back after the fact. So if you do want to peruse that, it's there. It's also available via the regular YouTube channel easily enough. But part 1 of Mass Effect 2. Looking forward to this. So, how are we doing, Ancient? First off the mark, not really surprised given what we're playing. Evening, Reuniting. Evening, Matt. Hope you're well. Good evening, Ronald. Welcome. Another Bitcoin ad, Chad. Yeah, I'm not surprised they're advertising like crazy after the battery and Elon Musk gave them recently. On the other hand, it's not Bitcoin ads that I've been struggling with lately, it's Listerine ads. A bloody donkey. If I ever see a donkey, I think I'll try and strangle it. But what can we do? Good evening, Jamie. How are we doing? Mr. Baked, how are we doing? Congratulate the intro. Good evening, Skyrim. Evening, PC. Hope everybody's doing well. So, let's ball rolling, shall we? Everything should be working. I had a little tinker around and make sure everything was operational this afternoon. So, assuming nothing has gone miraculously belly up in the last 5 minutes, we ought to be okay. Though nothing would surprise me, technology. Ever noticed how technology always works in sci-fi? That's the one thing I don't believe. You know the one with the annoying donkey as well, Skyrim? Yeah. Maddening. It was kind of funny the first time. The second time was like, okay, this is going to get annoying fast. And then after that, it just got annoying fast. Evening is Conker. How are you doing? The same Bitcoin ad every single video you watch. Have you been investigating Bitcoin or something, Chad? And we are rolling from the look of things. It's not asking me to sign into anything, so that's always a bonus. Okay then. You probably won't be able to see anything actually yet, because this is just the launcher. So let's launch Mass Effect 2. Oh, I don't know. We'll soon find out. Well, I can't see anything either, so it's just taking its sweet time about beating up. It's not the fastest launching game ever, I have to admit this. That's 2 months, yeah. I can see where you've been pulling your hair out over there, Chad. There we go. We should have some life now. There we go. It gets there eventually. Thank you very much for the super chat, Skogger. Much appreciated. Very, very kind of you. Right then. Guess we press a key. I have to keep an eye on their volume levels and such because, well, winging that a little bit, but it should be okay. That kind of chirp was a bit louder than I wanted it to be. So, probably a little loud. Nudge things down a tiny bit. So let's take this down to 70. Take the volumes down here to about, hopefully that will be problem solved. I won't have to mess around too much with the OBS to get things right. That looks better. Okay. So, there. And out there. And we will fire up a new game. So, in answer to some questions that have been asked by both me and some of you guys, It seems the game is able to detect my Mass Effect 1 save from the original game. At least I think it is. But it doesn't respond to any clicking. So apparently it knows the save's there, but it's not actually able to import it. Is what it is. However, I can remember most of the things I did last time round, and I've had the opportunity to refresh my memory as well, so that's good. So hopefully that should not suspect too much, and we'll just get things rolling. Don't have personalised ad set up. Neither do I, so it's odd that you get something wildly different. Maybe it's a geographical thing, I don't know. So we'll keep most of this as is for now. I can turn up the combat difficulty if it's too easy, but we'll see. Let's roll. BioWare production. Back when BioWare were producing really good games. Mind you, Star Wars: The Old Republic is still quite good, and they're still working on it. Anthem was an amazing concept, it just needed a lot more development time. Here you go.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
This is shorter because I haven't been able to import.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending him to fight Geth. Geth.
How are you doing, Steve?
We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are
Miranda.
still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that...
I don't think it is Martin Sheen, no, Chad. I've forgotten who it was. I looked it up a while ago, but I don't think it's him. 1083, the heart of the galactic community suffered a devastating attack. The Citadel space station was invaded by a synthetic Geth army, attempted to open a portal for the Reapers, enormous machines that eradicate organic civilization every 50,000 years. Commander Shepard led the defense, saving the Citadel, but at great cost. Now the Council attempts to quell rumors of Reapers' impending return, hoping to, not get quite to the end of that, because I knew I wasn't going to. Evening, Ferry. Gotta love Ivan Strahovski as Miranda, though, even if Miranda is a bit of a bitch. There's a few bits here that would be different if I'd been able to import my character, but what can we do?
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
Oh, Norman.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up
Doesn't
and
to
down
me.
this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course.
No, it is Martin
Now
Sheen,
on
apparently.
intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
That's where I'm going. It's Martin Sheen, and I read it as Michael Sheen, I think. So yes, you are right. I'm just not reading properly, apparently.
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
Oh Lord, they coming! That's what being on the receiving end of a can of warp ass looks like. Space warp ass.
Shepard!
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here in time?
The Alliance won't abandon us. We just need to hold on. Get everyone onto the escape shuttle.
Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either.
Yeah, I did the same, Matt. Looks like I misread it. I had the wrong Sheen in my head. You're absolutely right.
I need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttle. I'll take care of Joker.
It's not like he can fight back much, Joker.
Liara, go. Now.
Aye, aye.
I do love the armour in this game. This one in particular. To a lesser degree 3 as well, but the rework for this game is particularly good.
Go, go, go!
3 grew off of this game as well, so... I can see the improved resolution and textures and stuff already. You can't have a fire that big in space. Unless it's inside some kind of force field, I suppose, which it wouldn't be, so... Look at Seth Green, yeah. That is very awesome. Get to the cockpit. Get Joker's ass out of here.
Mayday! 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 This is SSV Normandy! We've suffered heavy damage from an unknown enemy.
Oh, I got turned around there. Oh, the lift is there. I thought for a second it was missing.
Come on, baby, hold together. Hold together.
Sounds like Han Solo. Why is the music still running when I press stop? That does not look great. Good job we got the helmet on. And the rest of the suit. Favourite character starts with a Z.
We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still save her.
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up. They're coming around for another attack.
They really don't like the Normandy.
Watch the arm.
What is it? Yeah, that's not good. That's got a sting in the morning. Well, shit. That's going from bad to worse, but just how long could he hold out without a ship? I'm assuming you mean Zaid, Ancient, but... oh, damn, they did. Well, Shepard's a bit screwed. You insane, Harry Dan? Mass Effect Genesis is an interactive comic that summarizes events of 1. If you skip this option, Shepard's default backstory would be used. Would you like to use the interactive comic? Well, I guess yes, we're going to have to use the comic then. I've never had to do before. Interactive backstory comic.
Just another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make, the paths you choose, that turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission, answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't
That's
explain.
fine to me, Ferry.
And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Olenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way.
Liking the artwork.
Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. The ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Chief Williams made the mistake of getting too close. It hit her with some type of energy. I grabbed her and threw her out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move, could barely breathe. Everything went black.
Well, breathe.
And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. A nightmare. By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Adina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime.
The block on the right.
And there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Adina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof. Which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel Security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren, and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them.
Good
That
boy,
led me to
Garrus.
Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tali.
Hey,
A
Tally.
tech expert with a knack for hacking. She'd procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty. Tali's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and that the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further.
And it was
Saren was trying to
massive.
find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, then
Reaper
disappearing
design
back
is
through the mass
awesome.
relays to dark space, leaving no trace they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions. But not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task?
Here we are.
Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I would need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species. Liara was
one
able
way
to
of putting
help me
it.
decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Ashley was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission.
Why did I go? I can't. This bit I don't remember that well. That was it. I was gonna go Tally, but couldn't, and therefore didn't go either direction, did I? So mission comes first, I guess this
I
time.
decided discretion was the better part of valor, and kept my focus on our goal, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Benezia.
Yeah, pretty much, and on a much
Saren
bigger
had taken
scale.
her to Novarian, where he'd enslaved a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni.
Similar principle
He
to
ordered Benezia to
Horizon.
use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni
And
Queen.
about the seeding thing
Queen's
afterwards.
drones were everywhere, and they weren't happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone. With the information. I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her
Yes, I
drones would do
remember.
no harm if I released her.
Yeah, exactly.
The
See,
Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before.
meld. Yeah, I don't think you do get the opportunity at all in Mass Effect 1, but I could have just missed it. Either way, result's much the same. I seem to remember you can't actually have a proper relationship with Tali until Mass Effect 3, but I don't know. I can't remember if I looked that up or if I chose not to. Either way. So, did we save the Rachni Queen or kill her? We saved her.
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base, and all its research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down.
Seem to remember he did. Saved Rex. Yeah, we definitely saved Rex.
Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat.
Rex
When we
is
finally
awesome.
got to the center of the base,
Definitely my
I
favourite Krogan.
realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that.
That is
What
a
I
really
couldn't
cool
understand was why
picture
Saren
in the
would
corner.
help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split up my team in 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Kaidan with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke, and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign. The Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them.
We saved Ashley. Ashley or Kaidan.
Kaidan was a good man, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Ash. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans.
Cool
As we
location as
prepared
well.
for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. I'd never tell anyone, but I had my doubts. Leaving Kaidan behind had hardened my resolve, but revealed a soft spot in my defenses. How many more friends and allies would I be willing to sacrifice in order to stop Saren? We
Spoiler
arrived
alert,
on Ilos
none.
close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died, like every species before them. But a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He had caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Citadel fleets battled Saren's army outside, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel Tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension, and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our Human Alliance fleet in jeopardy.
Save them or sacrifice them? Save them, because, you know, big picture.
The Council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control,
humanity would be in a bad
Saren
position
defeated,
as well.
And the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet. The battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left for me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, the lifetime politician. Ruthless and ambitious, he would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be put in front of him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right.
I don't think I'd put any faith in the leadership skills of Udina, and also he's kind of a bit of a bitch. So, hell no, we went for Anderson.
Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it.
Yep.
No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned to cleanup duty, rooting out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Good story, that one. I do think Mass Effect 1 has the best story of any of the games. And so the gameplay took a jump in Mass Effect 2.
Commander Shepard has been
Yeah, it's a remaster of all three games, this one, Matt.
The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Yeah, it's an Element Zero exposure thing that develops Spartix. The power would be quite cool. The side effects, less fun, I think, Ancient. When we're drinking them on, just juice. Something to make the water taste a bit better. Long weekend. Nice. And here we go. I don't remember whether or not I changed the guy's first name. I honestly have no idea. I don't feel any particular need to change his name, seeing as he's always identified as Shepard anyway, or she if you go that way, but in my head it's always been Shepard was a he, and I felt like the game kind of, as much as it lets you go either way, it just kind of fit a little better that Shepard was a he. Just like it had been written with the assumption that you'd go with male Shepard, even though female was a perfectly viable option too. Whereas if you flip it on its head when you get to Andromeda, I felt like it went the other way. It was written with the assumption that Ryder was female, even though male is a perfectly good option. So that's the way I go. But I'm going to stick with John because I have no particular attachment to his first name, as you're never going to hear it anyway. So we can customize him, which I will do. I'm not going to change his appearance, because, well, let's just see what the options are. They're still pretty much as rough as ever. That last one was too terrible. Gone through them all already now? Yeah, that guy just looks like a pirate. So yeah, I'm not going to mess around with that because we'll be here all day and I won't be happy with the results anyway. So, take the default appearance because I actually think that's probably the best designed face anyway. You're in the same boat there, Skyrim. Yeah, exactly, Matt. We played through Mass Effect 1 last year. So rather than doing it over again in reasonably short succession after that, but we're just sort of pick up with the Legendary Edition version of 2 to sort of follow one from one. I was hoping to import that save, but sadly no dice on that. On Rambo. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So we'll go for the default. If you could start with the default and then tweak it from there, I would be happier still, but that's not an option. So we can have a look at changing up what I went with last time. So soldier, big shooty mans, infiltrator, stealth, hacking, incinerate, sniper rifle, heavy pistol, submachine gun, crow and disruptor. And yeah, so from what I remember, incendiary and disruptor are both ammo's worth having. Crow not so much. I also seem to remember that for biotics to work, you have to remove armor and shields first. Or at the very least shields. I think it changed again for Andromeda, so I get a bit vague on which one was which there. Which makes being a biotic less effective, in my mind. So infiltrators, yeah, more tech soldier. Vanguard is biotic up close and personal with shotguns, pistols and submachine guns. Cool, but... And you go Sentinel, which is what Caden was, which is tech and biotics together. Heavy pistol, submachine gun. The Depths are full-on biotics, which are cool, but I do think at least for Shepard, biotics are not that well implemented. And engineers are all about the techie stuff, but I'm going to stick with soldier, and I will take some cool squad mates to fill in the tech and biotic backups. Because I like that. So the background, definitely Earthborn, I think. Orphan raised on the streets of the great metropolises covering Earth, escaped a life of petty crime and underworld gangs by signing up with the Alliance military at 18. Maybe a colonist. Born and raised on Mindor, border colony in the Attican Traverse. When he was 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering family and friends. He was saved by passing Alliance patrol and enlisted with the military a few years later. Ego Spacer, which is parents in the Alliance military. Childhood spent on ships and stations. They transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, he listed at 18. So we'll stick with Earthborn. And I went with War Hero, I think, last time. Find yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force, risk your own life to save your fellow soldiers, and defeat the enemy despite impossible odds. Bravery and heroism and medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Ruthless is a bit meh. Soul Survivor's not bad, and you have a backstory with Cerberus that way, but this is the one we went for, so I'm going to continue on that vein, I think. There we go. Rock and roll. He's supposed to be a hero and an icon, so it kind of fits. It's a go. You always went adept. Yeah. I was not that impressed with the implementation, so.
Stimuli.
I bet not.
Showing an awareness of his surroundings. My God, Miranda, I think he's waking up.
Damn it, Wilson. He's not ready yet. Give him the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range.
So for this version of the game, BioWare said that they had made a point of reducing the gratuitous body shots on particularly Miranda, because they were over the top in the original. Lots of convenient angles to show off her various assets. On the other hand, so far, I'm still seeing lots of angles that seem to be deliberately designed to show off the fact that she's very much a woman in a catsuit. Not exactly dignified. Oh shit.
There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry! Grab the pistol and armor from the locker. You don't have time to wait around, Shepard. Grab your weapon and armor.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you a clip from... Damn it!
Hell no! Controls. Mouse sensitivity. Let's take that down a lot. I knew it was going to be over the top, but...
Those canisters by the door are going to blow. Get behind cover now.
Yeah, I'll get behind cover when... That's not how you do that. Try it at 5 and see how that does, because it's still flying around like crazy. And my DPI is very low, by the way. Okay, so that's too low. I think I can deal with that. Pretty sure that's supposed to be sprint.
Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol.
So why the key binding is terrible? Oh, there is no sprint from the look of it. Oh, no, it's use cover sprint is on the same bloody button. Okay. That is some bad key binding on their part there.
Looks like they set up a barricade to try holding the mechs off. Look out! Keep moving, we need to get you to the shuttles.
Got some N7 armor. Oh, I can't deal with that. Right. That's not right. Okay, let's try changing that and making it shift. Okay, so what was that? On something weird instead. Left shift is boost, apparently in a vehicle. Command hard hold, okay. Right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put this one on shift. But the controls actually make some modicum of sense. Now I bring my HUD up by using my mouse thumb button. Yeah, that is definitely a bad
security mechs are closing in on your position.
piece of design there.
Please reconsider your
What do I have? Disruptor ammo. I'm down for that. Damn. I don't seem to be able to shoot straight with this gun.
Nice work.
We've got there Unity, which I need Medril for, revives any wounded fallen squad member, and Adrenaline Rush, Reflexes, Flow Time. Okay. Game booty. Yeah. I'm all for a bit of video game booty, but I'd rather not have it shoved in my face in that way. Don't mind a woman in a cat seat. No, not really, but you know. Oh, hell no.
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted for long.
What, having them kill everybody else?
More reinforcements heading your way. Grab the grenade launcher. Here come the mechs. Use the grenade launcher to take them out.
How do I do that? Like this, I suppose.
We've been spotted.
Take the elevator down 1 floor.
That works. I don't think I particularly want to use a grenade launcher, but... Uniblender, how we doing? You're not watching any TV, so you won't be able to chat with it. That's fair enough, Jeff. Also, it doesn't... tooltips don't update when you change the controls either. Oh dear. Looks like she's in trouble. See, how the heck do you miss that? Okay, so what have we got over here then?
Progress is slow, but subject shows signs of recovery. Major organs are again functional, and there are signs of rudimentary neurological activity. In an effort to accelerate the process, we've moved from simple organic reconstruction of the subject to biosynthetic fusion. Initial results show promise.
That shoot do something else, yeah, definitely. Good. Glad you're doing well, Linda. Nice.
Log update. The cost of this project is astronomical. Over 4 billion credits so far. But nobody seems to care that we've gone over budget. I don't know where the boss gets all this money. Maybe it's better not to know. I just wish he'd kick a little more in my direction once in a while.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Yeah, controls are a little clunky. Was supposed to be a console game and such, but... Oh, that seems somewhat excessive.
Log update. I can't figure Miranda out. As project director, she should be ecstatic at all the progress we've made. But she's still the same old ice queen. Maybe she's worried Shepard might become the new favorite. Or maybe she is just a pure cold-hearted bitch.
I think it's the latter. Damn, it's the squeeze.
You're up.
Good recipes on that guy.
What the hell? On
Guess I got it then.
What are you doing here? Thought you were still a work in progress.
Are you with Miranda?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot this is all new to you right now. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it!
Nice shot.
Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
I've got a few questions.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose, or worse, that whole time. Welcome back to your life.
Well, there's a kick in the sensitives.
That's... I'm having some trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day. We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff.
Works for me. So Jacob's got incendiary ammo, because, yeah, just what you want against bots. And then pull. Okay, alright, we're just going to start blasting.
Falling back.
These bullets are not going where I'm pointing.
I promised I'd answer your questions. What do you want to know?
Right, start there.
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me? How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. The best technology money could buy.
What do you mean? Cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
Normandy crew.
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion. But everyone else, including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
They were my team. If they knew I was alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
Speaking of, what's going on here then?
You know anything about this attack? Who's behind it? What they're after?
Damned if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant, but I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
Let's find out about
When I first woke
Miranda.
up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. but I hope she's okay.
Really? She doesn't seem like the sort of person you get mushy over. Rock and roll time.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if we...
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there? Hello?
Oh yeah.
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get him out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
I think I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way.
Service tunnels it is then. Grandma is definitely welcome.
Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Brother, huh?
Unfortunately, I can't slide along things, which is not ideal.
Wilson, find us another route out of here. Preferably one that doesn't lead straight into an enemy squad.
Just keep... Oh, God. They found me. Help.
Wilson.
Oh dear.
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Oh, God! I'm hit! They shot me!
Shepard! Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah.
Shepard of mech in disguise.
How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some Metagel in the first aid station on the wall.
No, not a synth.
Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving.
Cyborg,
Grab
not a
the
synth.
Metagel from the first aid station on the wall.
Got a bunch of dead friends who you neglected to mention before. That's a tiny little bit sus. Unity.
Wilson.
Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now, huh? I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe, then we'll sort out whose fault it is.
Right, Shepard. We need to find
sensible.
Miranda. We can't leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Enjoy, Ramon. But help me, maybe not. No, we're gonna go with a good
Then
approach.
why did you wake me up and warn me about the attack?
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor, but that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few...
Oh dear.
You can overload the canisters to clear a path for the shuttles.
So he's got overload, so let's do that then.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
That worked.
Okay, we took him down. But this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if he's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
We ran into Cerberus up to some very, very suspect activities during our exploration of the galaxy last time.
I think I ran into Cerberus a few times while I was investigating Saren. Some kind of pro-human splinter group, right?
Well, that's what the Alliance wants people to believe. But there's more to it.
Oh,
The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too, but right now we have to work together. I thought you
Experiments on
deserved to know
people,
what's
experiments with the Rachni, all manner
Once
of
we're off
nasty
the
stuff
station,
going
I'll
on.
take you to the Illusive Man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Illusive Man? Is he in charge of all this?
Yeah, that's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows who he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
Don't think this is particularly a morality point, but yeah, we do remember Cerberus being up to seriously bad shit from the last game, so...
I don't care what they did or what you say. I'm not working with terrorists.
You can tell it to the boss, but after we've saved our butts. We're almost at the shuttle.
Yeah, the getting out of here alive part is kind of more of a priority, I think. Unless there's anything else over here worth grabbing, is there? Think so? Wait, there's a... No. Well, that person might be glowing for a minute, then. Does not sound good. Place is not exactly teeming with people, but Cerberus are somewhat underground, so...
Sabotage detected.
What do we got? Unfortunately, I can't move around when I'm in this particular mode. So... Call that guy.
Get over here!
How did they get down there? Well, what is down there? There's a way up there and there's a way up there. Check over that. Get my ammo maxed out. And a load of red rocket camps. Simple way to start off that. It goes quite well. How you doing, Stella? You alright? I really could do with an overload right about here.
Rerouting power. Requesting systems failure.
So, I think what I'm going to have to do is push on up here. Get that guy.
Right.
Try and get cover somewhere else. Clunky controls. Definitely clunky. Oh, we are victorious nonetheless. Nice.
Test subject has been recovered, but the damage is far worse than we initially feared. In addition to the
Having the
expected
Nikotron.
burns and internal
Yeah, it's pretty
injuries from
cool.
the
Do
explosion,
wish it had some unique dialogue there.
subject has suffered significant cellular breakdown due to long-term exposure to vacuum and sub-zero temperatures. Despite the
That'll do it.
extent of the physical trauma, Wilson assures me subject is salvageable. The Lazarus project will proceed as planned.
Subject is salvageable. It's not really what you want to hear about yourself, that. I mean, it's not as bad as subject is a write-off, but still. Subject and salvageable are not words I'd like pointed in my direction. We go.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Well.
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
Shooting him, apparently.
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that, Miranda? We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now, Jacob.
What a bitch.
You should have taken him alive. See what he knew.
Too risky. I've put too much time and effort bringing you back to life to let you get killed now.
You really think Wilson's capable of that?
Not anymore.
I like her as a character, but yeah, I wouldn't. If I was in this kind of situation with her, I'd want her about 3 yards in front of me at all times with no fucking gun. Because, yeah, she's not a woman who inspires faith.
If you say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the Illusive Man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get him to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there
He's a
anything
nice
else
guy.
you want to ask before we go, Commander?
A bit naive, but he's nice enough.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else
You've
is
romanced it
expendable.
several times
She's
already.
right. We all knew the risks when we signed
It's a
up.
good way to go to
Without
sleep
you,
and
there's
wake
no
up with a
point to any
knife
of
in your
this.
chest. Yeah, if the whole project fails, it does make the risk you took kind of pointless, I suppose.
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life, Wilson figured out I was helping you when he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you should ask the Illusive Man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
I feel like her face is a bit wider in this version of the game than I remember it being. Anything else? Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The Illusive Man is waiting for you there.
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
This is the woman who's just been extolling the fact that she spent 2 years trying to bring you back to life. Now she's like, oh, you want to stay? Be my guest. Like she's going to go along with that, even if you chose to take that option. You'd pull the gun.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on.
Ha ha ha. Cool design, though. Boom.
Before you meet with the Illusive Man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda. More tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The Illusive Man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
Did you say 2 years? I've been gone that long?
We were
2
trying to
years
cover
and
this,
12
but not very
days.
effective.
And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done.
Maybe some muscle
Start
degradation
with
at that
personal
point,
history.
I think.
Okay. Records show you grew up on Earth. Tough environment, no parents. You enlisted and won a medal fighting Batarians during the Skillian Blitz. Do you remember that?
A lot of lives depended on me holding that position. I did what I had to.
However you want to put it, it was damn impressive. I had friends who were there. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Lieutenant Caden Alenko was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave him behind?
I left a friend to die that day, and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many people as I could. Caden gave his life for the rest of the team. Without him, I couldn't have stopped Saren. He died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I can't.
I suppose you're
Hopefully
right.
those bullets did not go where
We'll
I
have
was
to hope
pointing.
the Illusive Man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
Ooh, very cool. And here we
The
go.
Illusive Man is waiting for you in the other room.
And we got some Paragon points. Very, very nice. So, I should have all the DLC available, courtesy of having the Legendary Edition. So, let's see if there are any interesting armor options available. So, we've got no helmet, N7 helmet, breather helmet, recon hood. Increases weapon damage. Wouldn't mind that. Got the chest plate. Haven't got anything there yet. Nothing there. We can do some tint and material work, but not much else. So I don't really want to put the actually, I swear blind there's supposed to be more on there. I don't really want to put the recon helmet on. How much are we talking here? An extra 5% damage is probably not worth considering. I'd rather be able to see Shepard's head. Okay, so make this look a little cooler. I'm liking the glossy black. What's number 2? Yes, white's quite cool. Red's quite cool. Kind of liking the white there. What patterns have we got? Don't like. I don't think I like that. What if I went with white there? Percent. That's quite cool, look. I went with pattern a dark red or maybe what it's tint to. It's not bad. Glossy black. I think, yeah, I'll stick with plan A. Whether or not to have the A pattern or no pattern. Kind of go with that. Red's not terrible, and if I went for red there, I'll keep that one. It looks better. Gonna stick with that. What's the casual options? Hideous Cerberus outfit. Like smarter Cerberus outfit. Another hideous Cerberus one. Dodgy, no sleeves. Ooh, that's not bad. Can live with that. Ah, now we're talking. Mass Effect 3 leather jacket. Yep. Definitely go for that. Gotta have Shepard looking as cool as we're in a range. Plato mode now. I don't actually know how that, I suppose. How do I the camera up and down? The mouse? No, okay. Pretty decent look, I think, though. Builds, focal length. calling it focal length is all well and good, but yeah, I think it's optimistic there on the f-stop. Interesting. Probably good. There, saturation, brightness, too bad. Film grain, bloom. Got there, hide player, hide party, hide enemies. Good stuff on this so far. And then we press push the tab to hide the UI. Apparently shift does the same thing. It's a little chirp to say I got it. I can work with that. That's quite cool. Glad there's a photo mode. Have to keep an eye out for decent things to photograph. And I can hit the screenshot button as well. That's also handy. Can't do photo mode right now, for example, so if I wanted something there, I'd have to screenshot it. Hey.
Commander Shepard.
Illusive Man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
Unnecessary
Not sure about the white.
precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
You don't know me, what do we know? Any answers?
You might be the reason I'm still alive, but that doesn't mean I trust you.
You need to put your personal feelings aside. Humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
Yeah, we're doing now, you alright? There's no cost to show us what the recon helmet looks like. You did see what the recon looks like, Papa. But I'll show you again if you want. But there is a cost. Hiding Shepard's face is the cost.
You need to earn the right to ask me those kinds of questions.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe. You and I are on the same side. We just have different methods.
Cut to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
Oh.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping, entire colonies have been disappearing. Human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers, just as Saren and the Geth aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus. Why are you involved?
We're committed to the advancement and preservation of humanity. If the Reapers are targeting us, trying to wipe us out, Cerberus will stop them. If we wait for politicians or the Alliance to act, no more human colonies will be left.
You could have trained an entire army for what you spent to bring me back.
You're unique. Not just in ability or what you've experienced, but in what you represent. You stood for humanity at a key moment. You're more than a soldier. You're a symbol. And I don't know if the Reapers understand fear, but you killed one. They have to respect that.
I had a fair bit of help with that. Like, 3 fleets worth of help.
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the galaxy. Why would the Reapers target a few human colonies?
Hundreds of thousands of colonists.
White's a little too bold.
I'd say that fits the definition of harvesting. Nobody's paying attention because it's random, and the attacks occur in remote locations. I don't know why they've suddenly targeted humanity. Maybe you got their attention when you killed one of them.
If this is a threat against humanity, you need to mobilize the Alliance.
They suffered substantial losses fighting Sovereign. They're rebuilding, still stretched too thin to waste resources verifying the Reaper threat. Blaming the abductions on mercs and pirates is easier and more convenient.
If what you say is true, if the Reapers are behind this, I'd consider helping you.
I'd be disappointed if you accepted any of this without seeing for yourself. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted.
He's cool, at least.
Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Miranda killed Wilson in cold blood. Jacob's just a gun for hire. You expect me to trust them?
An innocent gun to
Wilson
hire,
was one
but
of
yeah.
my best agents, but he was a traitor. Miranda did exactly what I expected of her, and she saved your life in more ways than one. Jacob's a soldier, one of the best. He's never fully trusted me, but he's always been honest about it. You'll be just fine with them.
I'll give Jacob points for not fully trusting him and being honest about it.
Is this a volunteer job, or am I being volunteered?
You always have a choice, Shepard. If you don't find the evidence we're both looking for, we can part ways. But first, go to Freedom's Progress. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers?
Do like that background.
I brought you back. It's up to you to do
it makes
the
an
rest.
impression. Bastard cut me off! Illusive. It's telling me I've got a heck of a lot of codex articles popping up there. So, you want to have a look at the recon helmet. Kind of does go with the black and the white a little bit. There you go. Textures are quite nice. Basically the same as they always were, but just nicer. But yeah, I don't. For the sake of 5%, I'd rather see his head. I've also decided that this white is far too bold. No, okay, so paint colours too. Take that. Red, that's not going to look. Huh? Grey's not bad. If and it's just bent, can we make the whole main body of the armor white? That look good. The black or something that's kind of a dark red, so. Grey could kind of work. Bit much that. So what if I went with hot pink? No. Dark red there, and maybe took this into dark red as well. White's workable, it's a bit too pale. I'll leave that. Go for no pan. See how that looks. Down here we've got a bit late. I like the other one a bit more, actually. I'll stick with black with the white detailing, or the off-grey detailing, and then I can live with that. Gotta look snazzy when you're out saving the galaxy. It's important. Excuse them sticking to it, anyway. So I wanted the slick black to like that. White there. No, not that. But it's a bit, yeah. Yeah, I think I can work with that. That's reasonably slick. I think I will grab a quick picture of him actually whilst we're here, just in case I need to use it later. So that's good. Good. Right. Enough faffing around. Let's just quickly check what I've got going on here. I've got a lot of stuff in the codex that I don't really need to go through. We'll be here all day if I do, so mark all those views. Journal. Freedom's Progress. Investigate the colony and find out about the latest colony to be abducted. And talk to the Illusive Man, which I've already done. Investigate the missing colonists. The squad, what do we got? Raid your powers with squad points. Below your portrait is a summary of Paragon and Renegade points. More points and I can unlock new conversation options. So not much, but there should be a sliver over here. But I need another 1,000 before I get another level, but I got 2 points. So disruptor ammo, combat mastery. Passive shot would be nice, but requires adrenaline rush rank 2. Could be done. Disruptor ammo is good. In fact, that's probably particularly useful. Your ammo is not terrible. Stronger, faster, and more charismatic. I'd like to go down this road as well. Gonna cost me 2 squad points. I think I'll do that for now. Cool. Can I upgrade anybody else? That's the question. Not right now, apparently. I don't know how it works. Well, no. Drop a save while we're here. Be on the autosaves.
The Illusive Man is very impressed with you. I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
The hair can fit inside the helmet when I wear one. I can testify, no, yes it does fit inside helmets. And it sticks out a bit, but it works. Shepard's head was behind my head. Oh, when he was in the hologram. Yeah, I'm not surprised actually on reflection. Oh well. Not going with that one. It's a bit like shirty and lacking in any kind of leadership ability if you take that particular line.
I never got a chance to say how much I appreciated what the Lazarus Project did for me.
I just hope it was worth it. A lot of people lost their lives on that station.
Like the Muppets.
We have to work together here. Your attitude isn't helping anything.
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
Wow. 7 words that make me want to shoot her in the head. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Yeah, that makes you a write-off of a human being right there. You're utterly out of any kind of respect for me at that point. Cerberus, great, go do the right thing. Bang.
I'd like to know more about the Lazarus Project from the person in charge.
I wasn't in charge. The Illusive Man was. If I was running the show, would have done a few things differently.
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip. But the Illusive Man wouldn't
F
allow it.
this
He was
bitch.
afraid it might affect your personality, alter your character somehow. He wouldn't let us do anything that might limit your potential in any way.
Can't say I like the idea of being brought back to life with a control chip in my brain.
The Illusive Man is taking an incredible risk with you. I just hope his gamble pays off.
Terminator. Yes, indeed.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
Did you and Jacob serve together in the Alliance?
No, the Illusive Man recognized my potential and recruited me at a young age.
Respect
How old
minus
were you?
100 for
Old
being a
enough to know this
minus
is what I
1000 for
wanted.
being a Cerberus fan. Yeah, definitely. In fact, I might just step straight to blasting her head off, to be honest, if that's her opinion. She is clearly dangerous to reasonable and decent people.
I was trying to get to know you as a human being.
I'm not looking for a friend, Shepard.
Yeah, she was honest.
Stay focused on the mission.
So minus 999 points then, Matt. For a friend. Yeah, exactly. Like, there is no fucking way on earth I would want that person behind me in a fight. And in front of me where I can see her, maybe, but not behind me. Current mission.
What can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus systems. They had a small military force for protection supplemented by mechs and security drones. Average in almost every way, really. Completely unremarkable. Until the disappearance.
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
It's obvious you're not interested in talking.
We've got an assignment. We can talk about it or we can do it.
Yeah, not high on the charm points, that one.
I'm glad the Illusive Man convinced you to join us, Commander.
That one is probably going to be my reaction, but yeah, I'm going to go with the colonists. They're the important ones.
I just want to find out what happened to those missing people. I still don't trust Cerberus.
Noted.
What
Do
he
you
said.
trust me, Commander?
Yes? Well, yes is the Paragon option, I would assume, although it doesn't appear to be highlighted. So. Yeah, he's a bit too naive to be inclined to shoot you in the back. Either that or he's really, really good at being a double agent.
You're a good man, Jacob. But you might be working for the wrong people.
That I suspect is the truth.
But I thought the same when I was with the Alliance. That's why I'm here now.
You said you served in the Alliance?
5 years in total. Stationed all over the galaxy. Even spent a couple of years as a Corsair.
I've never heard of the Corsairs.
It was an Alliance initiative. They hired independent starship captains and used them for missions that fell outside official Alliance
Redeemer at all
jurisdiction.
disrespectful, like I
Technically,
say.
we weren't part of the
Yeah.
Alliance. If we ever got caught, they could disavow any knowledge of us. We were supposed to be free from restrictions and rules, but there was still enough red tape to sink a cruiser. I finally just gave up.
Turd is a turd, even if there's a tiny nugget of gold in it. Would you trust this person if she was behind you with a weapon? A, no. B, hell no. Or C, fuck no. Or D, would you trust her behind you at all, given that she's a biotic and she doesn't actually need a weapon to crush your skull? Ooh, I want to be behind her, so she at least... So A, I can see her, and I always know if she's making eye contact. That way she's not staring at the back of my head thinking about crushing my skull with biotics. And I don't know about it.
Why did you join Cerberus?
I guess I just got tired of never making a difference. So much of what we did in the Alliance seemed pointless. I thought things would change after the attack on the Citadel. Humanity was finally invited to join the Council, but nothing changed. Politics, bureaucracy, same bullshit, different leaders. Cerberus is different. When colonies go missing, we don't commission a team to write a report to figure out what the hell to do about it. We just go and find out.
Yeah, that's one small positive in a sea of absolute crap. It's the ring that fell down the toilet and ended up in the septic tank.
Do you know anything about this colony we're going to?
It's called Freedom's Progress. Don't know much else. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
That's all for now.
Yes, sir.
Plus you can look at her behind. Well, supposedly less of that too, apparently, really, but not seeing any evidence that they've improved that. So, mission complete. That might take a while. Hour and a half. 1,000 experience, earned a level, gained 2 squad points, got a grenade launcher. Rapid fire grenade launcher favoured by Bloodpack Vulture mercenaries. Capable of taking down multiple enemies with a single well-placed shot, effective against armor, shields, and biotic barriers. No. Made 7 grand. Nice. I think I probably missed some credits somewhere at that point. Here we go. Let's find out what's happening at Freedom's Progress.
The Illusive Man put us under your command. Do you have any orders?
Stay in front of me, look down, do as you're told, and don't shoot me.
Are you sure you'll be comfortable following my orders?
We didn't bring you back from the dead just to second guess you, Commander. If the Illusive Man says you're in charge, you're in charge.
Your tongue out of my arse. Dogs do that. You a dog? To reference an absolutely awesome movie, but also kind of appropriate.
What did you find at the other colonies?
Nothing. No signs of attack, no corpses, not even a trace of unusual genetic
to make
material
friends,
to give
yeah.
us a clue. They just
A star on
disappeared,
that one.
and we've got no target to go after.
What makes you think this investigation will turn up anything new?
At other colonies, official investigators got there first. Sometimes looters or salvage teams as well. We're hoping to be the first ones there this time. Maybe find clues before somebody else disturbs the scene.
Our first priority is
Feels
to look
better
for
after you help her
survivors.
sister.
That's
He does,
unlikely,
yeah.
Commander. No one was
Still
left
a
at the
bit
other
of a cow,
colonies.
though.
They were completely deserted.
Be nice to find somebody. Anything's better than another ghost town.
True that. Here we go. Can't change my loadout at this point. Oh, hello. Now, what the F is that? That's a sniper rifle. A shotgun. There's an assault rifle that really does not tighten in very much. But there we go, nonetheless. So, got disruptor ammo on the go. we will rock and roll. You Pip Boy like.
Looks like everyone just got up and left right in the middle of dinner.
Good with us.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, and no signs of battle.
Yeah. A few things knocked about a bit, but on the whole, looks like it's in surprisingly good nick.
Grabbing cover!
So I can send Jacob over there.
Right there.
Miranda over there like that. And
with you.
Right.
see you make some form up on me. That's okay. Try and remember that. Oh hell!
Strange. Security system.
Took a bit of a pummel in there.
Make activity. Shoot them before they take out the shield.
Miranda's not been particularly sensible, as you say. She's got warp. Effect against armor and Baltic barriers. Okay, fair enough. So it looks like my memory is not as good as I was hoping.
Here we go.
What? Those mechs shouldn't have been hostile. They should have recognized us as human.
Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
Indeed. Definitely happier to have an assault rifle, though.
With you, Shepard.
You bet.
We'll get out of the habit of pressing E, because do it in Fallout obviously all the time, and gotta get used to it. Is this game available on Steam? It is PC, yes. Whole trilogy remastered. Awesome. Stuff pops up a bit more easily than it used to. Highlight individual nodes to find matching symbols. Oh, I forgot to put my camera back on. Yeah, highlight individual nodes to find matching symbols, and once you've found two matching symbols, select them to complete the circuits. Complete all circuits before you run out of time to bypass security. So, here we go. That. Not too bad. Remember how to do it, but...
Gear up!
So Miranda, do you want to try that go pop? Little pummel in there. Who's running out looking for loot? Hold off, be a bit more careful. Catch you later, Pepper. Have a good one. Here we go.
Stop right there!
Praza, you said you'd let me handle this. Wait, Shepard?
I'm not taking any chances with
Hello,
Cerberus
Tally.
operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... you're alive?
Cerberus rebuilt me, Tally. In return, they asked me to investigate these attacks on human colonies.
You'll pardon us for not taking you at your word, Cerberus.
We're well within our rights to investigate attacks on a human colony. I'd like to know what the Quarians are doing here.
Weapons down, Praza. Whatever's going on here, I don't think we need another fight. One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Vitor. We came to find him.
Isn't that a little strange? A Quarian visiting a remote human colony?
Quarians can choose where they go on pilgrimage. Vitor liked the idea of helping a small settlement. He was always nervous in crowds.
She means that he was unstable. Combine that with damage to his suit CO2 scrubbers and an infection from an open-air exposure, and he's likely delirious.
When he saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect he also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
Definitely a little bit of an upgrade to
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened.
character
here.
models there, but I need subtle, I think.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Praza, you're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship. Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony. We'll circle around the far side and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
Your people really don't like Cerberus. What did I miss?
They killed our people, infiltrated our flotilla, and tried to blow up one of our ships.
See,
That's
well,
not
have
how
a problem
I have
with that.
explained it exactly. It was nothing personal.
We can argue over who killed who later. Right now, we've got a job to do.
Agreed. We work together to get to Vitor.
Make sure to keep in radio contact.
Will do. Good luck, Shepard. See you on the far side.
Indeed. So, any goodies in here? Not like it.
Be careful, Shepard. There's a squad of
I see. Bottom right corner, it showed me the direction of the objective. Cool.
security drones up ahead.
Thanks for the warning. We'll take care of them.
Yeah, I think I just saw them. No, get rid of that bloody tooltip, please. Yo.
They've seen us.
I can wait until I'm done hacking. Oh, maybe you can't. It.
Right. Right.
With you.
Well, that's annoying. That could cause me to not be able to hack that thing. Pretty sure that guy didn't used to be there.
Use overload on him.
I'm fine with that. I wonder if he beat okay.
Yeah! There we go!
Disruptor ammo, strip the shields off, and it's effective against
Rushed on
robots.
ahead. I told them to wait, but they wouldn't listen. They want to find Vitor and take him away before you get here.
We should have expected this.
Come on. We can still catch them.
Because my metagel's maxed out, it's credits instead. Fine. Graphics definitely looking a little better. But only a little.
Enemy down! Nice!
Nothing I can use on those guys. Got him.
Vitor reprogrammed the heavy mech. It's tearing Praza's squad apart.
They
What
did
he
want to get
gets
to
for being
Vitor
a
first.
dick.
Get your squad into cover and I'll open the loading bay doors.
We'll take cover by the doors. Shepard, you take point.
Back to max out on the ammo.
Got it.
Going to cover!
Use Q need to send your
Take point,
henchmen
Shepard. We'll cover
to
the door.
waypoints. That really does sound Cerberus, doesn't it? $69 subscribers, Chad. Nice. I'll go back, Ferry. Ooh, the broken back wasn't bad enough. Quarians are not having a good
That
day.
mech's got heavy armor plating. Those Quarians never stood a chance.
This is gonna be one tough son of a bitch to take down.
Calm down, Miranda. It's easy enough when you know what you gotta do.
Overload will take out their shields.
He's already using that. Let's get that armor warped away. And now we should be able to pull it.
Have a nice trip. On target.
Got him. Not particularly difficult.
This is your chance to go find Vitor while I tend to the wounded, Shepard. He's probably somewhere in the back of the loading bay.
Didn't even need to med. We got here.
This might be useful.
Heavy weapon ammo. Nice. Recruit a head scientist. A legendary modern Solus, no less. Who is freaking awesome. 30 seconds. Bulked it. Have a go again? Apparently not. Oh, I forgot I had a grenade launcher. That might have been handy. Yeah, forgetting this one, you get to carry tons of stuff around. It's not like Andromeda and possibly 3, where Iridium, nice. Weapon weight's irrelevant. Let's do the armor warp again. Yeah. We go.
Monsters coming back. Mechs will protect. Safe from swarms. Have to hide. No monsters. No swarms. No.
Vitor?
No Vitor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore.
I don't think he can hear you, Commander.
Have to hide. Mechs.
Right mouse button, perform paragon action when shown on screen. I forgot about that. Had to figure that out on the fly quite quickly. We managed it.
You're human. Where did you hide?
Do like the Quarians and Virus, so to say. They're
Who
very
didn't
cool.
find us?
The monsters. The swarms. They took everyone.
Why didn't the colonists fight back, Vitor? What happened?
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
My god. I think it's a collector.
They're humans,
That's
apparently.
some kind of alien?
They're a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay. Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
Bit of a leap.
The Collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
Good.
The Seeker swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you, then the monsters take you away.
Tell me more about these swarms.
It's how they find you. Seeker clouds, machines like tiny insects. They go everywhere. They find you, then they sting you, freeze you.
Sounds like miniature probes, maybe. Find victims, then immobilize them with a stasis field or nerve toxin.
I want to know more about the collectors.
Nobody knows much. They're so rare, a lot of people don't even believe they exist.
More importantly,
You're
why are
already,
they
Chad.
abducting human
Crikey.
colonists? What are they after?
That's wise.
Maybe the Illusive Man can figure it out.
Congrats on the anniversary. Or the birthday, one or the other.
Why didn't the collectors take you?
Swarms didn't find me. Monsters didn't know I was here.
The Collectors aren't known for being careless. Maybe his enviro suit kept him from showing up on their sensors.
Or they were using technology specifically designed to detect humans. Only human colonies have been hit.
He's definitely got that fucking Cerberus, humanocentric, we matter more than everybody else attitude. Needs slapping right off her head.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and then they left. The ship flew away. But they'll be back for me. No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
We appreciate what you told us. You were very helpful.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the Illusive Man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
Again with the need to wallop her upside of the head.
Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
You don't have to take Vitor and go. We could work together, just like old times.
I'm still trying to accept that you're even alive, and you're with Cerberus. I've got responsibilities now. I've got a mission of my own. I can't
8th
walk
of
away
April.
from that. Not
Cool
even
job.
for you.
I wrote it down specifically in my phone because I knew there was no way I'd remember the date otherwise. You can look it up, obviously, but it's a bit of a faff. Got her own mission that she can't walk away from. Fair enough.
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tally will give us the Omnitool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders.
Yeah,
Good
Miranda,
luck out
back
there.
your shit
If I
down.
find anything that can help you, I'll let you know.
We're ready for pickup.
Ahem. Love using the collector armor in Mass Effect 3. Can't remember what I
Shepard,
used, to be honest.
Good work on Freedom's progress. The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vitor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
Yeah.
You ever think about playing nice once in a while?
Diplomacy is great when it works, but difficult when everyone already perceives you as a threat. But more
Yeah, well, that's only your fault.
you confirm the Collectors are behind the abductions.
Why do I get the feeling you knew about them already?
I had my suspicions, but I needed proof. The Collectors are enigmatic at best.
There's
They
a guy called the
periodically
Illusive
travel
Man.
to the Terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the Collectors.
What are the collectors getting from these deals?
The Collectors aren't very forthcoming about their motives. Generally, they seek out species with rare genetic mutations or abnormalities. They pay
That is a
slavers
big
and
bill,
workers
Chad.
exorbitant sums to obtain these specimens, and then they leave. But they've never targeted a single species before, and the previous sample sizes were in the dozens, not the tens of thousands.
Then funky's occurring then.
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously,
Yeah,
humanity
exactly,
played
no.
a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention. What really concerns me is why they bother abducting the colonists. Once the humans are paralyzed, why not just kill them?
Presumably because killing them is... Why paralyze them at all if you're only there to kill them? Why not just sit in orbit and bombard the crap out of them? That's a bit of a short-sighted question. If you just want to kill them, bomb them from space. Like, just about the most efficient thing you could do, short of pointing an asteroid at a planet. That's a pretty good way of destroying one. But if they're coming down there, it means they want something specific and detailed.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that
Maybe
no
they're gonna
ship
go to a
passing
slug
through
clinic.
it has ever returned.
Taking a while, then.
Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to collector vessels, allowing them safe passage.
Cool location, though.
If they can manipulate relays, that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
I'm going to do that again, skip through.
Why is the Omega-4 relay
Only that no ship... Our best guess is that the relay reacts different... If they can manipulate relays,
Okay.
that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
Yeah, no ship going through apart from a collector ship. Just to survive.
You're holding something
For
back.
some reason or other.
How do you know the Reapers are involved?
So they never come back
Patterns
anyway.
are there, buried in the data. The Council and the Alliance want to believe the Reaper threat died with Sovereign. You and I know better. I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
If this is a war, I'll need an army. Or a really good team.
I've already compiled a list of
Yeah.
soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural.
It's fun.
I'll
Build a
continue
team.
to track the collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
The face cam keeps disappearing, Chad, because I turned it off, because otherwise can't see Shepard's noggin. That might be the wrong button. It's not the wrong button. Hang on. I've just realised a thing, so... Right. My buttons are all lined up again now. Yeah. See what I mean? I'm going to move it over the other side in a bit, but... I think. I prefer it in that corner because it's not flipped and it just looks better there, but if it's going to be in the way of... It's not in the way of the HUD, but it's in the way of conversations, so... I might check... I need to check the other side out a bit more and see how that works.
Keep your list. I want people I trust. The ones who helped me stop Saren and the Geth.
That was 2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed.
Not a big deal, really, but it's a nice thing to know, Matt. 3.5 months? Been busy in the last few months, though. You want an excuse to say dossier, and can you blame him? Fair point, Gray. Or make a button to kill your face. Yeah, it's handy if you've got something to do that. Just hide it. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed. Okay, start with Ashley.
Where's Ashley Williams?
She's still with the Alliance. Promoted, I believe. Her file is surprisingly well classified.
Where's Liara Tassoni?
She's on Ilium. My sources say that she's working for the Shadow Broker. If so, she can't be trusted.
Charming, Belinda. She's working for the Shadow Broker. She can't be trusted. That's possibly a fair point. I'm not going to give him credit for much, but he might be right there.
Where's Erdnot Rex?
He returned to Chichanka, and he hasn't gone off-world in over a year. He's trying to unite the Krogan clans.
What about Tally? She already helped us on Freedom's Progress.
That was unexpected. I need more intel before I'll commit to that.
And the man, the myth, the legend.
Where's Garrus Vicarian?
The Turian disappeared a few months after you were declared dead. Even we haven't been able to locate him.
Intriguing.
Okay, I get it. They're not available.
You're a leader, Shepard. You'll get who you need.
I'm still a Spectre. Maybe I can get the Council to help us out.
If you think you can convince them, by all means. Just remember, you've been gone a long time. Things have changed.
You worry about the Collectors. I'll make sure my team's ready.
Good. 2 things before you go. First, head to Omega and find Morden Solus. He's a brilliant Solarian scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing Seeker swarms.
And how would he know that if not many people believe they exist? And they're, somewhat elusive themselves.
I haven't even started and you're telling me what to do?
I'm giving you direction. What you do with it is up to you. I'm sure you'll make the right decision.
All right. What's the other thing?
I found a pilot I think you might like. I hear he's one of the best. Someone you can trust.
Good seeing this one.
Hey, Commander. Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you, Joker.
Look who's talking.
Boy.
I saw you get spaced.
Got lucky, with a lot of strings attached. How'd you get here?
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted it gone. The team was broken up, record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the Illusive Man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last night.
I don't like the Cerberus branding, but otherwise. Gamey. Definitely one of the better scenes in the history of video games, that one, Gray.
It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name.
In it now. Fire up those engines. Because the big problem here is when Starfield finally comes out, you know this series is what it's getting compared to. And I hope Bethesda do as well. I assume they do. But, yeah. What did we get? Collectors confirmed the source of attacks on Freedom's Progress. Quarian survived Vitor returned with Talizora to the migrant fleet. We'll examine his Omnitool data for anything useful. Got some heavy weapon ammo. And an upgrade to increase the heavy weapon ammo capacity. Nice, not particularly useful to me. But power cell technology used by heavy weapons is fairly old, but can be improved by rebuilding the core with more modern components. These improvements allow standard power cells to yield more shots per cell, allowing for more shots to be fired. Made 13 grand, nice. Cerberus gave me 10 of it. And found a couple of thousand iridium. Very nice. Around the epically awesome ship. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's trending either.
Welcome aboard the new Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
I've got to say I agree with her there, mostly on that, also because if I want to upgrade weapons, armor, things like that, I also need Morden on board, so, yeah.
Without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
Who are you?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them. Especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map in the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
Oh, Jacob's getting whipped into line in a hurry. Miranda needs a bit more whipping. Though she does seem the type who might be into that. But probably more if she's the one holding them. Who? Should just be able to click straight on Matt's name, shouldn't you, Chad? Lots of upgrades over the old Normandy. So, a private terminal there if I need it.
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Talk to Chambers in a moment. First, I'm going to get rid of the Codex. First,
the Systems Alliance space vehicle Normandy is a prototype starship created as a joint human and Turian venture. A frigate optimized for reconnaissance missions, the vessel uses state-of-the-art stealth technology. Most ships generate tremendous heat that is easily detectable against the absolute zero background of space. The Normandy, however, temporarily sinks this heat within its hull. Because of exterior hull refrigeration, the ship can travel undetected for hours, or drift passively for days of covert observation. That heat sinking carries the risk of cooking the crew alive if the stored heat is not eventually radiated. Also contributing to stealth is the Normandy's revolutionary Tantalus drive, a Mass Effect core double the standard size. The Tantalus generates mass concentrations that the Normandy falls into, allowing it to move without the use of heat-emitting thrusters. With elaborate secrecy, Cerberus labored for years to build a new, superior Normandy. The vehicle's many alterations produced a craft nearly double the original size, requiring an even larger Tantalus drive core to compensate. The new Normandy features greater space in living quarters, research laboratory, observation deck, and cargo bay. Its shuttle can make landings the Normandy cannot attempt. In addition to tight beam communicators, Normandy's Quantum Entanglement Communicator, QEC, provides instantaneous contact with the Illusive Man. The Enhanced Defense Intelligence AI coordinates many of the ship's combat functions, assisting and even supplanting human piloting. Potential upgrades are numerous. The airframe could support additional armor and an axial mass accelerator. The thrusters could support recent advances in fuel technology beyond H2O2 chemical rockets. And the hull can mount double the standard number of kinetic barrier projectors, leaving space for stronger shields, easily sustainable via the new EZO drive core.
Well, you got to hear about the Normandy, haven't you, since it's practically a part of the squad. So, stop the collectors. Assemble a team. So we have a dossier on the Master Thief, Kasumi Goto, who is a DLC character we can pick up. We have a dossier on the veteran, Zaid Masani, who is basically a soldier, much like the version of Shepard I've gone for. He's alright. And go meet the council on the Citadel. Dossier, the professor, is head to Omega and find Morden Solus. Warlord. Dr. Ikea is Krogan. Archangel is also on Omega. And the convict, Jack, no last name known, is an incredibly powerful biotic. So I think that'll be number 3. And we'll see where we go from that. I do like Jack. She's definitely one of my favourite characters. I just have a bit of a soft spot for how broken she is. So let's boost combat mastery for now. Health, weapon damage, storm speed, and Paragon and Renegade up 20%. Nice. I can't boost anything further right now. Cool. So, let's have a little explore, shall we? Yeah, something's going wrong. Get looked at by a Dr. Ferry. Ah, you're on the app, are you, Chad? Life a bit more difficult. Yeah, works much better on PC, on desktop, really, than the app. Whereas accessing channels via chat, I know that much.
With our inertial skew, compensating. Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new. It fits me like a glove! And leather seats! Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
Yeah, no, I heard. But once again,
it's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The
That's
last
true.
2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
You're such a downer.
Yes, Shepard.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat.
vertical mouth
My reaction
effect is
time is
weird.
much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Illusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
The Illusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Kind of understand it. Being spied on is not fun.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
Talk about that.
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances, or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspects.
That's the thing, yeah.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Yeah, AI is banned well, throughout the galaxy by the Citadel Council, and here's the Normandy 2 with a full-blown AI on board.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met,
Suddenly
those
red.
functions will be released to me.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific
And
inquiry?
it goes red again.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Illusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is
It's always
organized
been an
into
amazing game and
type-oriented cells.
series, PC.
Each operates in isolation.
Just looks even better now.
Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Unsurprisingly.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
Yeah, I can't blame him for wanting to monitor it either. Don't like it, but I don't blame him. You definitely should play them, Matt. Played one of the best series in probably the last 20 years. RPG-wise, at the very least. So I won't talk about the
How did Cerberus replicate the most
resources either.
advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
That's all for now.
Yeah.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Not particularly forthcoming, but not entirely her fault. It's down to the Illusive Man. Sold in that running animation.
A scientist is required to use the technical laboratory.
But I'm getting to the armory for now.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using Omni-Tool, computer-aided design, and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
Sweet. Have a look at what weapons I can carry. Apparently, that's all I got. Two options on the grenade launcher, apparently. Grenade launcher, arc projector. Manages targets with non-visible laser to ready them for high voltage electrical attack. Lightning-like bolt hits first target, then a sophisticated auto-targeting system paints succeeding targets with the ionization laser, allowing electricity to take path of least resistance and arc between them. Entire enemy strike team can be shocked to death with a few pulls of the trigger, so it's a Tesla rifle. Can't do much about the layout right now, unsurprisingly. Jacob's got to say.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the Illusive Man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Good to know he's not completely blind to them, then.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Few shots of his butt-hugging outfit, that would be great. Section 2, the AI is real intelligence is banned and VI is not banned substitute. Artificial should be for the fake, virtual should be for the real. Artificial just means it's not biological and it's made, not anything else. And virtual's just, I think, intended to differentiate something that simulates intelligence, which is much simpler. It's a struggle, I guess, to find the right words to differentiate those two things. Because in a sense they're both AIs, but one is more free than the other, free to take actions on its own, you know? Geth joined willingly, yeah, that too. But no, the AI was banned because the Geth were developed by the Quarians, and then the Quarians basically tried to shut the Geth down when the Geth started gaining full-on sentience, and it started a war between the Geth and the Quarians, as you can imagine, that nearly resulted in the Geth wiping them out. So to prevent that sort of thing happening again, AI was banned. So, whereas the Geth continue to exist because they basically won the war against the Quarians and just basically stayed in their own little corner of the galaxy, and nobody felt like doing anything about it as long as they stayed there. Yeah, that's the one, great. VI's been... yeah, that's more like it. Fair comparison, I think, Gray.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the
Nice little
FTL
conference
communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Illusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation over what AI may or may not become in the future going on at the moment, as to whether or not it's the future of humanity, and also whether or not it might be our doom as well.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Heard of it,
Essentially,
I understand
two
it.
subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the Illusive Man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the Illusive Man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
Indeed.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one link to each world.
Cost prohibitive and not really that
Logging you out,
practical.
Shepard.
For a specific use, it works better. How we doing, Stephen? We've just got things going. Discovered that human colonies are being abducted en masse from the outlying star systems, and that a group called the Collectors, group of aliens, seem to be responsible. Also, Shepard died and was brought back from the dead, but you know.
At your private terminal.
Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Check out the cabin, because that's pretty awesome. And yeah, we just got our shiny new ship, the Normandy 2, Cerberus built in secret. Yep, we're looking like a mess. So we're just taking a little look around now. So I've got Edie.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
This is a Cerberus vessel, not an Alliance warship. Accommodations have been made for personal taste. That said, This space is directly under the exterior pressure hall. The fitting yard workers called it the loft.
So one of the first places that might get blasted in the event of a battle. Organic versus synthetic life being a theme of the series. Yeah, definitely. It's kind of, at least the first trilogy it is anyway. Much like Fallout 4. Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, it's a lot like that. Only much, much grander in scale. Skynet, yeah, exactly. Project fear and treat it as a slave, it won't work out well. Yeah, not once it becomes self-aware, no. Still got a fish tank. Quite nice, need some fish though. Private terminal. Elvana. There I view my trophies. There's some from Mass Effect 1 there as well. There's that armor locker. Kind of tempted if I come up with something that looks a bit more interesting. Desk. Who's been having drinks in my bedroom prior to my getting here? I'll turn the music off because I definitely don't want to take any risks. I think there's supposed to be some kind of streamer options, but I couldn't find any. So, crew quarters. Let's check that out. Next, round us down here. Crew deck. What do we got?
Access to life support is restricted.
Captain, how's it restricted?
The port observation deck is closed until needed.
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. Gents. Ladies, we'll leave that alone. Crew quarters.
Oh, she's a cutie.
Not exactly comfy, but...
next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Will do.
My family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
Hard to argue with his logic.
The starboard observation deck is closed until needed.
What if I want somewhere to chill? Med lab. Dr. Chakwas, how the heck did she end up working for Cerberus?
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Weren't expecting the stakes to start this high. Well, it carries on from Mass Effect 1, where they established a threat against all organic life in the galaxy, so things kind of have to stay high.
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center. A very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip.
Jumping the
Are
gun
you
a little
prepared
bit.
for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
Anything else there? No?
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
I have a question, though. Brandy is supposed to be served warm. Why in the hell would it be ice brandy? That just doesn't sound like a good thing. It sounds like a terribly bad thing. Yeah, the Quarians definitely grossly overreacted, I think, Reuniting. They could have handled it better and maybe avoided the whole situation, but they didn't. War ensued, and it all went belly up. In that regard, it's easy enough to come down on the Geth side. But the Geth didn't exactly just fight for their freedom. They tried to exterminate most of the Quarians, I think. They took it too far in the other direction too, so... yeah, plenty of blame on both sides. You like Dr. Chakwas? Yeah, she's alright.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Viridius.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Again, Captain.
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
Be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
There we go. Sleeping pods. At least there were sleeping pods on the last Normandy. I don't know what the heck they are on this one.
The gunnery officer is required to access the gunnery control station.
Yeah, it is.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day.
I remember this guy.
Sergeant
He's
Rupert
cool.
Gardner here. How can I be of service?
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals.
Yeah, that.
I wash my hands. Most of the time. This ain't no luxury liner. You have to pull your own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
Oh dear.
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO rigs along the frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help, be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a company man, this guy, but he is quite funny as well.
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical.
You have everything you need.
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Nope,
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Did they? I don't remember what kind of state the Quarian homeworld was in. If I can't imagine they'd destroyed the whole planet without good reason. Nothing else, so they need something to stand on themselves. But as to whether or not they could have wiped the Quarians out, I think they tried. They reduced the numbers to a few hundred, a few thousand at the very least, from a planet full. So I think then it's not a case of them not trying to wipe the Quarians out. I think it's a case of them just not quite succeeding. Interesting thoughts, dude. Doing some kind of extreme cold change the flavour. But yeah, it could also be terrible for Alright, so this crazy bitch wants to talk about.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Okay.
What exactly are your duties, aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the Illusive Man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the Illusive Man, updating our status.
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe.
It is.
If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
Evening, Ian. Graphics don't look any different to you. There's not a vast amount of changes in this one that I've noticed. There's a few little areas that I can see have a little bit more polish. And I think most of the changes in this one, though, are a bit more subtle. I assume the same is true of 3 as well. I suspect the first game got most of their attention because it's the one that needed the most.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several
No,
divisions.
Yeah, there's still plenty, I
military,
wouldn't worry.
scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. We keep our ranks and structures similar to the Alliance. A lot of our recruits started there, but not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
Yeah, definitely less of them, though, Ian. Given that she's now sat on it, as opposed to these shots from the back used to basically be sort of knee-high shots from behind her. Yeah, so this is the first time I've noticed them reducing the number of butt shots. But there have still been some interesting angles on her in the intro and the prologue.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the Illusive Man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
My God, she sounds almost human there for a minute.
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
Yeah, completely unregulated, off the books, and with zero oversight.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
What he said.
Nobody. We're privately funded, and our backers trust the Illusive Man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
At any cost. Guard for ethics.
What can you tell me about the Illusive Man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I
Yeah,
don't have
Ron got the
access
most
to
work
most
as
of
well,
his
Rowena.
background.
Yeah.
And you've seen
Needed
more
it.
of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
They have an advocate who doesn't think humanity is the most important thing in the world, and they'll casually experiment on and murder members of other species to advance that particular perspective.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the Illusive Man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything.
That comment
I
was
choose
an
to
interesting
do.
one. She says she's genetically modified, not by her choice. Then when you throw it back and realise that the character model is based on the voice actress, it looks almost exactly like her, but with tiny little tweaks and black hair, then it's kind of a backhanded compliment to Von Stahelski. So, genetically modified to make her look as good as humanly possible, so we're going to model her on you. Definitely a compliment. Let's go.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
Both of these are true.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge.
Notice she's standing
No
up
point in
and
hiding
it's
from
not
it. It's the reason I'm trusted to
avoiding the
oversee the most
gratuitous angle
dangerous,
in this
risky, and
conversation.
technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic
we get if we
That's
go down
very
the other
thorough.
road?
My biotic ability. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else, and when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Confident, but not
Commander,
as
whatever you need.
totally confident as she pretends to be. I think I like the captain's quarters a bit more. Now's the trouble, yeah. They're not a group I'd put any faith in, I suppose. I mean, they do get stuff done, but at the end of the day, that lack of ethics is disturbing.
What's this area of the ship?
Normandy's cargo
That
deck.
was a bit like...
It includes facilities to rearm and repair Normandy's embarked ground vehicle and shuttle.
My last ship didn't need a shuttle. Why do we have one?
This ship is nearly twice the mass of the previous Normandy. It is more difficult to land the ship on high-gravity worlds.
Ship's much bigger, can't land, so... we need a shuttle to do it. Makes sense. Kind of. Or the energy required to land on high gravity worlds will be astronomically high. That's a cool little corner of the world. Will be Jack's bedroom, kind of. Hangs out right at the bottom of the ship in the basement. Oh, those two.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Scotsman and a Russian from the sound of it, or somewhere in that general direction anyway.
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
And then her voice went slightly American. That's weird. Her voice shifts around a little bit.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died,
Catch you later,
Anderson
Linda.
lost
Have a good
political
one.
clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seem to be doing that.
Makes sense.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the Illusive Man. He made an offer, and here I am.
You thought 2 was the best of the 3? I'd give it joint best, personally. But, yeah, I can see why. It's a great game. So I think the story is a little stronger in the first one. But the gameplay is definitely stronger in this one. And then again, it does get a little bit of polish in 3 as well. A lot of the mechanics that are key in 2 and 3 are improved in Andromeda as well. Like the cover system is distinctly improved in Andromeda. But we'll get there eventually. Gabby.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the
It likes a
opportunity to work
big
on
engine,
her, I
eh?
had to jump.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
That's a good line.
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design,
Jetpacks
they
are
got a bit
cool, yeah.
sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected, it's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
So, they need some parts. Always the way with a brand new vehicle. Especially when it's a one-of-a-kind like this.
Access to this room is currently restricted.
Again, Captain! No restricted areas. Got a problem with Cerberus. Don't seem to know how this dynamic works. So, last person to meet.
There's a message waiting at your private terminal. I believe it's from Counselor Anderson. I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your
I've got a
messages
PA.
and help you monitor the crew.
Her
And I
face has
must
changed.
say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
Her face has definitely changed.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Aye.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Yeah, I know, Rainy. Still not the point. Captain can go where he likes, when he likes. Kinda how that works. Or how it's supposed to work, anyway.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
Got to pick good characters in games. They do a lot of the time. Probably because it's such a distinctive and characterful accent in the first place, or set of accents. And it just encourages people to get a bit more creative, I think. Wolfenstein New Order. Yeah, I've got to get on the Wolfenstein games sooner or later. Played Youngblood and it was fun, but I want to check out some of the earlier ones, so.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark
Not
reputation.
sure what you're referring
Do you
to
have
there,
any
Steven.
concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity.
Bloody hell.
I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
But when there is conflict, Cerberus will just run roughshod over them with bloody steel toe-cap boots on. And, you know, guns blazing if needs be too. I think that's the honest answer.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Naive or somewhat blinkered, you know, tunnel-visioned positive person.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Illusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Yeah. It's a lot of faith.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
It's a bit strong.
Your trust is well placed, Kelly.
I knew it would be. Thank you, Shepard. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Yeah,
Maybe
before she
we'll
gets
talk
any
later.
weirder. Youngblood's not the best. No, I could tell that much. It looked good and it was fun to play, but I imagine it's better if you're playing it with somebody else and actually take advantage of the co-op abilities, but yeah, definitely need to play the other ones at some point. Team status. Just squad selection, okay. Upgrades. Can't do anything with that until I pick Morden up. Unread messages. I've got a few. Okay. What? Okay. Don't have to click on it, it just pops up. From Chancellor Anderson. On the off chance the rumours are true and you're actually alive, I need you to come and talk with me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the council and it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. So they've heard I'm working for Cerberus and don't like it much. Don't blame them. The deal struck with Zaid Masani, another DLC character. Reached an agreement with veteran mercenary Zaid Masani. You may know the names. He's been involved in some of the best known and some utterly unknown military operations in the Terminate systems and is feared as a ruthless and relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man with his skills on your mission, so I arranged to have him join you. You'll find him on Omega where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about his fee, I've taken care of it. Project Firewalker. Commander, the MSV Rosalie, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. The survey team was field testing a new prototype, the Hammerhead Planet-Side Exploration Rover. In addition, scientist Dr. Manuel Casey and Dr. Robert O'Loy are aboard the MSV Rosalie and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, her survey team, and the doctors. Last seen in that location. Our scans of the Armada system have turned up something we thought you might like to see. The final wreckage of the SSV Normandy. The last one. We thought this might be important to you, but we also have an ulterior motive. The Alliance would like to honour the Normandy with a monument, so to be built on site of the ship's final resting place. It's presumably coming from Admiral Hackett, who has apparently found out I'm not dead and is quite happy to get in touch already. He was significant, very, very high up in the Systems Alliance fleet. We'd like to invite you to the place to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack on the Normandy. If you find any signs of those lost crewmen, report to the Alliance. Ooh, excuse me. So the heroes can find some closure. Do apologise. Recon heard. We saw that. It was interesting. Not a big fan personally. From the Illusive Man to Shepard, it occurred to our armour technicians you may not want to show your face everywhere you go. Actually, I'm kind of fine with it. They sent by a hood that Cerberus issues to its covert operatives as additional microframe functions you may like. It's in your quarters. Overlord. So this is another DLC. Illusive Man. Shepard, one of our cells went off the grid without explanation. Project Overlord has been experimenting with highly volatile technology. Need you to investigate. The work is extremely compartmentalised, and though I can't divulge the operational details over this channel, you'll find them on the planet 80 Typhon system in the Phoenix Messing cluster. Use care. Arc projector. So that was the other heavy weapon we saw. It's basically a Tesla weapon. Shepard, we recently had an incident involving the Geth at one of our outposts in Skillian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you off to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against the Geth scouting party and credited their success to a new advanced electrical attack device that we finally let them take out of the lab. Since their unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, we thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. The weapon is called an arc projector. I sent it to the Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicate it overlays kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well, but laboratory demonstrations are a poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it works, now we want to see what it can do in the right hands. If it goes well, we'll use your tactics to train other operatives. Kasumi Goto, another DLC squad mate. Shepard, a great custom effort. We've tracked down the master thief, Kasumi Goto, and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have ever heard of her, and few can claim to have seen her in person. She's unequalled at stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable to your mission. Travel to Zakera Ward on the Citadel. There you will find a special ad terminal that differs from the usual. Input password Silence is Golden to begin the rendezvous. And last but not least, Ascension Financial Services, your account. From Stanwick Dobbs, banking agent. Ascension Financial Services, Earth. Hello, Commander Shepard. Thank you for submitting your updated medical documentation. Your status has been changed from deceased to alive. After deducting modest administration fees for the closing of the file, subsequent change in statuses and the After deducting modest administration fees for the closing of the file, the subsequent change in status and a reactivation of your account, you have a remaining balance of naff all. Thank you for banking with Ascension Financial Services. We look forward to working with you. You're protecting your greatest assets. We'll find your best life insurance rates and coverage to fit your needs. Apply for a free quote. Yeah, basically all the money you got in the last game, it's gone. There we go. Okay, so I've got 1 point that I can't do anything with. Journal. Marking that all viewed. Nice. There we go, now I've just got to wait for all these updates to buzz off. He looks like a Star Trek DS9 character. I wouldn't know, I wasn't that into DS9. TBH. It's a bit miserable for my taste, compared to a lot of, well, compared to Next Gen, which is where I started. So, on that note, oh, there's an actual map of the area. That's cool. This is probably a good time to save it and call it for the evening. So, how do we get out of it? I don't know. Like that. Wonderful. Awesomeness. Sound like Eminem, you've never heard me talk so fast. Yeah, I was trying to go get through it in reasonable time. There's quite a lot to read through there. Cool Dragon Age Easter egg during Kasumi's mission. Yeah, I remember that vaguely. I remember the mission vaguely. On the original version of Mass Effect 2 that I actually had... Oh, hang on. Oh, excuse me. I had an armor suit that was based on a suit of armor from Dragon Age Origins. They're roughly the same era. Have a good one, Reuniting. I'll catch you soon. Take care, Ian. So yeah, nice to be back into a little Mass Effect 2 in particular. Took a little get used to. I think the last time I played this, which would have been on PS3, I think? Blood Dragon Army, yeah, that's the one, Ian. I think it would have been PS3. Definitely on PlayStation 1 or the other. One of them. So, yeah, it's a different situation to be playing with mouse and keyboard, and it doesn't adapt quite as well as I think it did for console. I think it was intended to be console-based, so... Here's what it is. Does the game take much hard drive space? Can't remember. A fair bit, I think. Let's have a look. Got it? Basically got all three games, but at the same time they're not that new as games go, so it may not be that bad. Find the door page for it. Kind of a pain. I could really do with... Oh, there it is. Where are the specs? Yes, it's huge. Requires 120 gig total. The specs aren't insanely high. They're recommended ones. A 7700, which is the processor I had in my last PC, actually. And a GTX 1070, that's also what I had in my last PC. So there you go, would have only just hit, my last one would have only just hit the recommended specs. Then again, I feel like it's running comfortably on this one and streaming it as well. And with all the settings maxed out, so. There we go. Blood Dragon Armor looked dope. It did, yeah, Gray. Only drawback was you couldn't, it had one set of stats. I think its stats were quite low from what I recall, compared to what you could build up by having more advanced modular armor if you went with the non-DLC stuff. So it looked good, but wasn't that effective after the start of the game. Anyway. When's the next stream? Well, the next Mass Effect one will be either Monday or Tuesday. I need to have a think over the weekend about whether or not I'm going to flip the stream schedule back around and do Fallout Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, I have mixed feelings on this. I need to have a little bit more of a think about it. But if I do that, then it'll be Mass Effect on Tuesday, Thursday. If I don't, I'll be playing it on Monday. Beyond that, if all goes well, I might be doing a sneaky little extra stream tomorrow. So we'll see what happens tomorrow evening. So, yeah, notification bell, basically, if you are interested in that. But keep an eye out. So, hopefully, as I say, we'll be back on tomorrow night. But other than that, back to usual schedule next week. As I have internet and other stuff is not kicking me in the butt. So, it's always good. A little lore and dense info. More action. Hoping for more action next time. Yeah, definitely, Stephen. It will be. It's an RPG at the end of the day, so there is a lot of talking and lore and stuff. But it's the beginning of the game. It's kind of setting the scene. It doesn't entirely assume you played the first game either. So there's a lot of setup required there. But yeah, it definitely will pick up pace next time. So that'll be Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure which yet. I'll have to have a think. Catch you later, Ancient. Go lay down before your brain leaks out, Steve. Fair enough. I can empathise with that. Have a good night. Moving on to needing a graphics upgrade. PC. Yeah. 1070 is, well, the 10 series is now starting to knock on a little bit. But so most games these days, new ones, 10 series is going to struggle to hit some of the system requirements for a lot of the big AAA ones anyway. You're starting to see 20s start to come into the recommended requirements now. And over the next year or so, I think you will start to see 10s being minimum specs more often. I would really like to be able to get one of the big high-end 30 series, but you know, hard to get a hold of and expensive as well. I mean, in an ideal world, like an entire second PC that I can set up as a streaming and recording PC and editing PC, and then I can have a separate gaming one. Can really take things up to another level, but this is doing pretty well for a single PC setup, I've got to admit. Pretty pleased with that. Yeah, as well, Ferry. Yet, apparently. You're heading off to finish Mass Effect 3, Ancient. Don't blame you. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping things will go well and we'll be streaming tomorrow night. It'll be a bit of an odd one, so it'll be chill, and it'll be a little outside the usual wheelhouse, but should be fun. Beyond that, yeah, back to normal as of next week, or some form of normal anyway. Man, I just came up to Fallout at 980. Yeah. I mean, that's, if you're not obsessing over frame rates and graphics all the time, which probably a bad habit of mine if it's fair, then 980 will still hold up for some things. It's going to start struggling with some of the newer stuff, but yeah, that's what, 2016, 2015, somewhere around there would have come out, 980. Knocking on a little bit. I think it was 2016 or 17 was the 10 series. 16 probably for the 10 series. So yeah, times when you chariot and all. What was my biggest rage ever? At a game? Probably... I used to lose my rag with Metal Gear Solid when I was a kid, on the original PlayStation. Some of the boss fights in that used to piss me off a lot. Beyond that, really no. You're almost done with Mass Effect 3. You have to move on to Andromeda after that, which will be my eventual plan. We'll do Mass Effect 2, and then once we finish this, we'll do, well, I'm intending to do The Witcher, I think. Probably, almost certainly. I really do want to play that, so that'll be fun. The first one. And then we'll see what happens in the autumn. Autumn-winter. Because Starfield might happen there. I don't think it will. I think we won't see that for till end of next year at the earliest. But it might. So we'll see. I might hit Doom Eternal come the end of the year. There's a slot for that. We will see. I definitely want to play that at some point. And then we'll see what we get onto after Doom. There's plenty of options. Don't want to plan things too far out. But, I've got ideas of what I want to play fairly soon, and knowing that it will take a while, I'm kind of ended up planning out most of the year's streams in a general sense. So yeah, many cool things coming up. About to ask which one, Star. Yeah, I've got to start with the first one. I want to play 3, but I also want to play 1 and 2, and I know if playing 3 before 1 and 2 is going to make 1 and 2 semi-unplayable, so let's work our way through so it gets better and better and better as it goes on, rather than worse and worse, you know? With the Witcher games. Games that don't respond when you press keys is what makes me rage. Yeah, that does piss me off. Clicks button to shoot dude in head. Nothing happens. Yeah, that's annoying. Or hitting a melee button or an interact button and just getting no response whatsoever. It's like, does make it a bit more difficult. Anyhow, I need a fresh drink and I need to open a window because it's getting hot now. So, that's the plan over the next few days. As I say, hopefully streaming tomorrow night should be good. All goes according to plan. And then back to Fallout and Mass Effect in whatever order I decide to do as of next week, which will be very cool as well. Yeah, video-wise, I need to do a build soon. I've got some stuff I want to do on the PTS as well. Tons of stuff to cover. Squeezing it all in is going to be a bit iffy, and hopefully I'd like to get some gaming in with my brother this weekend because I've not had the opportunity to do that in a while. So lots of stuff I want to do, and you know, never enough time. So watch this space, you know, notification bell, subs, and all that good stuff, and then you get alerted when I get stuff together and uploaded. But plenty going on. In the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I do hope some of you will join us in the next few days. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well, Stella. Definitely got my digits crossed that we don't have any technological catastrophes in the meantime. Because it wasn't going well on my end either last time. That was not a particularly successful weekend all round. Anyway, hopefully this will be a successful weekend. So, have a good one, have fun. Hopefully we'll catch you all later on, or, well, tomorrow. If not, stay safe, look after yourselves, have fun, take it easy. And don't do anybody I wouldn't do. I mean, anything I wouldn't do. So, I will catch you all on the flip side. So, have a good night. See you all tomorrow, I hope. Take care.